Fam, what is up with the squad? It's your favorite auntie when Uncle Tennessee season. It's almost WNBA time. So I wanted to start taking some deep dives and looking at, number one, our Las Vegas Aces team, and then branching out, of course, into some of the other players that I'm interested in, and some of the players that you want to see some insights or breakdowns on, kind of like what I was doing in the college season, just for WNBA now. So we're gonna start with Candace Parker, because I feel like Kansas is one of the most, I don't want to say disrespected. It's weird. It's almost like Candace's career has been broken up in 3, 4 different sections. It's like, there's high school, college Candace, where she was a beast. And I think people really sleep on her or have forgotten about what a beast she was at Tennessee. Then there was young Candace coming into the W and playing in the Olympics at the LA Sparks. There was some rough years, some tumultuous stuff. I call it a Derek Fisher curse at the end of her Los Angeles career. Then we went to Chicago, and then now at the Las Vegas Aces. But when you put it all together, there's no question she's a Hall of Famer. I think that people have just forgotten how Candace really was that deal. So I wanted to start with her and just kind of go back down memory lane and remember some of the great stuff that she's done in her career. So if we look at last season, and we know Candace went out with an injury, she didn't finish the season off, but for preseason last year, she averaged 9 points, 5.4 rebounds, 3.7 assists, 1.5 steals, still contributing at a high level. Candace came out of Naperville Central High School in Naperville, Illinois. Not really a Chicago girl, kind of really more on the suburbs, but did come in town to vet that game and make sure that she was true Chicago status, true Chicago legendary status. So definitely a legend and proven in the streets of Chicago, but out of Naperville Central High School. She played high school and won 2 Class A state titles, 03 and 04. 03 and 04. So Candace been doing this 20 years. Long as LeBron been doing this thing, Candace been doing this thing. She finished high school with a record 2,768 points. That was about 22.9 points a game, 1,592 rebounds, which is about 13.2 rebounds a game. She started 119 of 121 games in which she played in her career. She is the only, as far as I know, 2-time award winner of the USA Today High School Player of the Year. She got that in 03 and in 04. She's also a Naismith Prep Player of the Year, Gatorade Female Basketball Player of the Year in 03 and 04. 04, she was named Gatorade Female Athlete of the Year, WBCA All-American, and McDonald's All-American. Participated in an 04 WCBA All-American game. She got 9 points. She was also a consensus pick as Player of the Year in Illinois in 02, 03, and 04, and a 4-year member of the All-State First Team. 01, December 27th, 01, Parker dunked for the first time in competition as a 15-year-old sophomore at Naperville, of course. They believe that's the first slam dunk by a female athlete in the state of Illinois. She also won the McDonald's All-American Slam Dunk Contest in 04 in the contest against Josh Smith and J.R. Smith. They have the highlights around. She got some pretty interesting dunks down. It wasn't just, she had some style with it. She had some style with it. She committed, of course, to Tennessee and legendary coach Pat Summitt. She also won a gold medal in the undefeated USA Junior World Championship in 04. She averaged 16.6 points, 8.8 rebounds. While she was in training for the Olympics, she had a relapse of knee pain and ended up having to do knee surgery. So she did redshirt that first year and didn't play her first year at Tennessee because of that injury that she suffered in the summer. Interesting fact, I know people tend to call her CP3, and I don't know why people sometimes try to tie her to Chris Paul. But the real reason that she wears number 3, if I remember correctly, is because of Allen Iverson, and I believe she said he was instrumental in encouraging her during high school to continue playing her game. At Tennessee, y'all listen, she was listed as a guard, a center, and a forward. Look, let me say it again. She was listed as a guard, a center, and a forward. That's how bad she is. Any position, she could play them all. She could really play them all and play them all at an exceptional level. It wasn't like she was a really good guard and okay at center and all right at forward. wherever you put Candace at on the court, she was dealing. So March 06, she got her first tournament first round game. She became the first woman to dunk in the NCAA tournament game. She also is the first woman to dunk twice in the NCAA tournament game. She's SEC Rookie of the Year, coaches and AP. She led the Lady Bulls to a SEC tournament championship. And then in that game, I think it was against LSU, she hit a game-winning shot. She was a tournament MVP, Kodak All-American team. I don't even know. Does Kodak still make an All-American team? Y'all tell me in the comments. Is Kodak still around making All-American teams? I've not heard Kodak in a while. Wow, blast from the past. But she's one of the few to ever receive the award as a freshman. But they actually lost in the tournament regional finals, NCAA tournament regional finals to North Carolina. She got in foul trouble and was out of the game for much of the first half. They went out. She did go on as the only college player to be named to the USA squad for the 06 FIBA World Championship for women in Brazil. They finished in like third place, got a bronze medal. In an away game against Alabama, Parker scored 1,000 points in like her 56 games. So she got it done like one game faster than Shamika Holdsclaw, 2 games faster than Tamika Catchings. And I think she was also named SEC Player of the Year that year. And that was also the first year that they won their first national championship with her as a player for Pat. She was also most outstanding player of the tournament. So really started to kind of come on after she had returned from injury. Parker ended up not playing in her final season of eligibility at Tennessee, if I remember correctly. She went ahead and wanted to focus on the Olympics. She wanted to start to get ready for the WNBA. She had I think, like her shoulder dislocated, so she just wanted to take some time, make sure she got her body together, got that competition done at the Olympic level, and then was ready to go play in the W. She did win two straight national championships, and that was the 8th one for Pat Summitt. So she did get that done. She ended up graduating on time and all of that. Above average student. Like Candace was that deal. Like she had 100 wins, 100 wins and 10 losses while she was at Tennessee, y'all. 100 wins and 10 losses. She averaged 19.4 points, 8.8 rebounds, 2.6 steals, 2.6 assists, 1.9 steals, and 2.4 blocks per game. Like Candace fills up the stat line. Like I said, guard, center, forward. Basketball IQ off the charts. Like people don't realize how basketball smart she is, and I'm not saying that to say that she's not smart in other areas of her life. She's a very smart young lady. I just for her basketball IQ off the charts. I don't know. I'm trying to think of another female that I could compare it to. Talks basketball with the best of them, but I feel like she sees the game different than others, and maybe that's the Pat Summitt effect, along with her just being a generational talent and a basketball junkie. But seriously, one of the smartest players in women's basketball. She was the first pick, of course, in the WNBA draft. She right after she got picked, she went and played in the Olympics with Lisa, and I don't know, y'all remember Delisha Milton Jones, Shannon Bobbitt? These are some names. Shannon. Candace played with some good players, and then she finished up at the Olympics and came back and played her opening game against Phoenix Mercury. Y'all, she dropped 34, 12, and 8. Her 34 broke a record for a rookie in the debut game, and I think that was Cynthia Cooper's record. And that record has stood since like 1997. She became the second woman right after Lisa Leslie, who was also her teammate at the time, to get a dunk during a regulation WNBA game. She got that done on the Fever. And I want to say that it was I think it was on the same basket that Lisa Leslie did hers on, like the exact same basket. First player to dunk twice in their WNBA career during a regulation game. She got that done against Seattle Storm. So Candace threw it down a few times. She threw it down a few times. She had a career high 40 points and 16 rebounds, 6 assists in an overtime game against Houston Comets. She got through out. It was a brawl back in 08. The Sparks and the Shock had a brawl. Y'all probably don't remember that, but Candace got through out of that game. I'm just saying, not that Candace is a troublemaker, but she gonna stand her ground with her team. It was shocking at the time. You didn't see stuff like that in the WNBA. But of course, she came back and went on to win not only Rookie of the Year, but Most Valuable Player, which I don't think has been done by anybody since. And I want to say the only people that have done it was like Wes Unseld and I think Will Chamberlain are the only pros to do it in America. But y'all, let me know in the chat if that is if that's accurate or not. It was some tumultuous years. She didn't get it done right away in LA. There was a lot of work that had to be done, I guess, at that organization. You know, she finally got her championship in 2016 after she had re-signed as a unrestricted free agent. She averaged just about 15 points per game. She was like the team's second option by that time. Neka had got there. Gumuke, Neka was the led the team in scoring. She ended up being an MVP. Later that, and I think that's the same year that we lost Pat Summitt. So that kind of had that had an effect on her for the rest of the season. Yeah, that was the year that we lost Pat. I want to say Candace we played against the Dallas Wings that night. She had a second half that was out of this world. She finished the game with 31 points, season high rebound with 13. Took the team in the victory. Real emotional post game interview. Really dedicated it to Pat. You could tell that Pat had a real big influence on Candace, both on and off the court. The Sparks ended up, I think, finishing the season with a 26-8 record. Went on and won the championship where I think they defeated her home team, Chicago Sky. I don't. Was it a sweep? I don't think it was a sweep. I think the Sky won one game. But yeah, they took care of them pretty quickly. 2017, she had re-signed with the Sparks. 2018, she made history with a stat line of like 21-10, 9, 4, and 2 in like a 2-point overtime victory against the Seattle Storm. She had some really good games against the Storm. In her career, some really good games against the Storm. She also had a season high 34 points, 11 rebounds, and 9 assists. And 9 assists in the 99-78 whooping that they put on Las Vegas Aces. She was she played in the All-Star game that year. I want to say that was the year I think they got knocked out in the second round. In the bubble season, Candace was kind of on a tear. She had played all 22 games. She was shooting like 51 from the field. That was like the best that she had looked since like way earlier, like 2011 or something. She was averaging like 14.7 points, 9.7 rebounds per game. She was leading the league in rebounding, and she had 10 double doubles. They were like third seed, first round bye in the playoffs, single elimination game. Got beat up, got sent home by the Connecticut Sun. That year, it was now this is weird, y'all. Check this out. Candace was Defensive Player of the Year for the first time in her career, but she wasn't on the WNBA All Defensive Team. Have you ever heard anything like that? Defensive Player of the Year, but not on the WNBA All Defensive Team. Candace, first one that ever happened to. They say it was a discrepancy because like media members vote for Defensive Player of the Year and coaches vote for the All Defensive Team. Still makes no sense. Defensive Player of the Year, but not on the WNBA All Defensive Team. She got her second championship with the Sky. Like she went home and just got a championship for the career. Like put the team on her back, and she had some help. Some great teammates. I thought that Candace would have been finished there. She had came there as an unrestricted free agent. She got up out of the out of LA after 13 seasons. I think she signed with 2 years with the Sky. She was home. Got a championship. Not everybody gets to go home and win a championship, so that's something else that she can put under her belt. Again, legendary. After she won, I think she made the W25. Was the 25 players by media that pioneered the WNBA, most influential in the league's 25 seasons. I want to say she was like, they went back to the playoffs. We got knocked out. Yep. They went back to the playoffs and got knocked out. I think by that point, she was like, you know what? It was nice to come back home. Got a championship. I want to do something else. And wanted, I think, to put herself in a position to have the best chance to play for another championship and join the Las Vegas Aces. She had surgery for a foot fracture, so she was out indefinitely. After kind of started pretty hot in the preseason, but went out with that injury. But I think still was very influential in the Las Vegas Aces run up to the championship and being able to go back to back. I think her experience and leadership and her basketball IQ and the way that she breaks down defenses and is able to see the floor, she was able to share a lot of the things that she was seeing that was going on the floor with the ladies as they were trying to get these wins on their way to the repeat of the championship. That was very helpful, I think, especially in Game 7 when Asia pretty much had to go out there and get it done with teammates that weren't used to starting, but nevertheless were able to be successful and bring home that win. And back with the Aces again this year, healthy. So looking forward to being able to see Candace back on the floor, healthy, contributing, and hopefully being able to be much more of an impact on the floor this season in our run to try to go back to back, which has not been done in quite a while in the W. But yes, Candace played overseas from 2010 to 2015, and she won like 5 consecutive championships with a team out of Russia. And she moved around to some other teams. I'm not going to dare try to say their names, but she played overseas, yes, in the Russian league and in the Turkish Super League, as well as in the Chinese league in 17-18. So played, I think, total of 8 years. I think I said initially 2010 to 2015, but 2010 to 2018. And then, Candace has been on TV every Thursday night during the NBA season, in the NBA season for a few years here now, spreading her wings as a NBA on TNT analyst and broadcaster. I like to see her in studio and out when she's at the games. I'm glad that Candace seems like she's dressing herself more, because earlier in her career, it seemed like they was putting Candace in clothes she wasn't comfortable in, really. So I'm glad that I know that's a total side note, but sidetrack. But I just thought about it when I thought about TNT. Like she looks way more comfortable this year. Like they're letting her be her authentic self a little bit more. But listen, before I get out of here, y'all know what I got to do. I got to run these things down. Some of them you heard already, some of them you haven't, but I got to get it done. 3-time WNBA champion, WNBA Finals MVP, 2-time WNBA MVP, 7-time WNBA All-Star, WNBA All-Star Game MVP, 7-time All WNBA First Team, 3-time All WNBA Second Team, 2-time WNBA All Defensive Second Team, WNBA Rookie of the Year, WNBA All Rookie Team, WNBA Defensive Player of the Year, WNBA Assist Leader, 3-time WNBA Rebounding Leader, 3-time WNBA Peak Performer, WNBA 20th Anniversary Team, WNBA 25th Anniversary Team, 5-time Russian National League Champion, 4-time Russian Cup winner, Euro League Champion, 2-time NCAA Champion, 2-time NCAA Tournament Most Outstanding Player, 2-time AP Female Athlete of the Year, 2-time USBWA Player of the Year, Naismith College Player of the Year, 2-time John R. Wooden Award, Wade Trophy, 2-time Honda Sports Award for basketball, Honda Broderick Cup, Gatorade National Player of the Year. If you don't know who she is, look her up. If you don't remember what I'm talking about, Tennessee, some of that time that you're scrolling on YouTube, type her in. Candace was that deal, y'all. Looking forward to seeing her play this year. Hoping that it's not her last year. But if it is, I have appreciated what she's brought to the game. Been watching this young lady from college all the way up through her professional career, and it has been a total treat. And I'm looking forward to seeing her and Asia on the court and how they're going to be able to frustrate some people this season. Hopefully everybody is healthy for throughout the league. I hate to see anybody go out with injuries. I know sometimes that it's just a part of the game, but I'm hoping that everybody is healthy. Glad that she's back healthy and ready to go for the start of this season. Excited, y'all, for the start of this back-to-back run that we're going to try to make. If this is the kind of content that you're interested in, come on over to SS Talk Sports, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, like the videos, jump in the conversation, share the conversation, invite somebody to check out the conversation. We're trying to double this thing up on this platform and spread the word about women's basketball. Let's grow the community, y'all. It's your favorite auntie with Uncle Tendencies. Until next time, stay tuned. Talk soon, y'all. I am out.